okay, this is important. This is like puts it all what Putin's worried about right now. Everything that's going on. Because every time that there's hunger, unpopular war, and it's not won or it's going wrong, there's been a fucking revolution soon after. 1905, after the Japanese War, 1917. I mean, you can just keep fucking going, you know? I mean, at least since then, I haven't gone any further, but it was basic what he's worried about. I didn't have to go any further. I mean, that's what it's the most significant period of history Putin's worried about, especially the time from after the czars and then after the fall. But this is what he's really worried about. And then the Soviet Union falls. I mean, he knows what goes on when you have an unpopular war that you're losing. This is why Tucker should have just asked questions like a man, not like a scared kid wanting permission to go to sleep without crying. Poor peasant farmers, the majority. Look like anything to you? Just in black and white? Different uniforms? Solzhenitsyn said something about the Russian soldier. A lot of them couldn't write or read. They didn't leave journals. But he said as long as the soldier was given food and vodka, he didn't care what hell awaited him over the trenches. You know, they had that song, like I put another one, that revolutionary song about Rise Up Hungry Brother. This is like the biggest thing. Unrest, food shortage, any kind of hyperinflation that drives the price of goods down, or, stuff you don't have or you can't manufacture, you got to buy from out of country, in countries you don't trade with or accept your dollar, ruble. Anyways, Lenin came up, fucked it all up. He was pissed. His brother got hung trying to blow up Nicholas's dad. So he was always gonna like make a what they call it, war communism. You know, like everything has to be done to spread that communism ideal, because they just, if you weren't for it, you were against it, and they were gonna crush you. That's how a lot of the peasants got slaughtered, especially, I mean, everywhere really in Russia, but Ukraine. It was a special focus, like a love almost of starving them out. A lot of grain. Brings me to my next thing. Now that Syria is free of a port, can't Ukraine rent that out with grain? I'm sure Syria could use grain, a lot of it. maybe an abundance of it, so they could become a major trading hub. Maybe the main trading hub for going to Africa, um, you know, the rest of Asia, well, Middle East, Asia, Iran, whoever they wanted. I mean, that's up to them. I don't want to tell them who to trade with. That's not my business. But it would make sense if they help him do it. In that interview, he says he don't want to talk about how it was done. Why give that up right now when it's not even won yet? You know. So this is what Putin's biggest fear is, and the only thing he had was the nuclear threat. That's it. That's all he had, and it wasn't working. So what do? Who won the election? Oh, okay, Tucker, President Trump's guy. Call him over there. Oh yeah, very scary stuff. Oh yeah, didn't show their stuff at all. Now you got them using him. I see Russians all over with his head as a propaganda tool, banging rock and roll or whatever. Whatever. I mean, cool with them. I ain't got nothing against the Russian people at all. I'm pretty sure that most of them don't want this. So, and if they do, whatever. I mean, like I said, it ain't about all that. It's about how Tucker went into that meeting. Either he knows what's going on, or something's in it for him, or his team is that stupid, and he is that just bloated, you know, overconfident in his fame or his success, that he felt that he could go over there and actually achieve something. That tells me the narcissism in that man. If you check out through history, you can just Google it. Titans of industry that tried to stop World War One. You know, I mean, I'm sure he knows. It's just ridiculous. And I get wanting to make peace. And maybe them were different times. But the first time he went over there, good. A lot of shit, a lot of people didn't know. And that was a valid point with the grocery stores and our sanctions and all that. But why didn't he show them? I heard he didn't. I can't even watch it. I can't even watch because I knew what they would do. So, this is what Putin was worried about. I'm going to name this The Moose versus Bear Part 2. Tucker shits the bed on behalf of his block of voters, because I would have voted for Trump, and I ain't fucking with this shit.